Easter is primarily a feast of life beyond the grave, but the vast majority of us are more interested in this present moment than in the life to come. Now, this is not to say that the life beyond the grave is of no vital importance to us. On the contrary, there is one fact in this life that most of us are interested in, and that is death. Death is one of those absolutes in life. And this is a place where Easter becomes a vital part of this present moment. If we look at the experience of those first disciples on that first Easter morning, we can discover that their concerns were very much like our concerns. The burden of their heartbreak at Calvary was their love of the person on that central cross. They could not believe that it happened the way that it did. And when the women came to the tomb early that Sunday morning, they were grieving for the one who was buried there. The gospel for this Easter Sunday tells us that the most important thing in life for them was the tragic death of the one whom they loved so much. The Easter message tells us that the human personality is not destroyed by death. I remember a story about Helen Keller, who was presented with an honorary doctorate from the University of Glasgow. And she stood there on the podium, both blind and deaf, as the president of the university read the citation, and a teacher spelled into her hand what was being said. Then she herself was led to the podium for a brief speech, the closing words of which were these: "Darkness and silence need not bar the progress of the immortal spirit." A Scottish reporter telling the story wrote, "Then there was thunderous applause, which only she could not see or hear." Victory over hardship, victory over handicap, victory over pain and suffering, victory over sin. The story goes on. Victory over death. As we stand at the foot of the cross, may we hear the angels say to the grieving women, "Why do you look for the dead among the living? He is risen. Alleluia."